Offering live on Twitch, 6:15 on a Saturday. Here to check out the late day racing stream. Is it a cute butt? Is it just one butt? Make all the memes. But when there's a grrrk, I just have to ask, hat. My apologies, first and foremost,
Brother!
to anyone.
More!
Just start, apologizing to all the Bare Naked Ladies fans out there in the chat. I know there's at least one other person. Also, thanks much to Scythe Marshall, our tracker for tonight, who wrote those, and then I had to indulge. But hi and hello, free enterprise community. I hope you all are having yourselves a lovely Saturday. I'm Scala Kitty. I actually get to be on the mic again. It took about a whole month before it could happen again. And I'm back here with Inven. How you doing?
Hey, aside from spring allergies, I am doing great. Lots of wonderful round of 32 matches we've had, and this is a pretty exciting one here. We have a Rhybon versus McBain. Rhybon's up to 1 game. Whoever wins this match total will get to face off against Lord Bobry. And each player, this is McBain's, last stand here, trying to claw it back. And Rhybon, meanwhile, one of 4 racers who has not taken a single loss this tournament. He'd like to keep that streak going.
Oh, yeah. Rhybon did really fantastically back in ZZ4. Made it to top 16. Unfortunately, though, he ran into Dakar then. But this time around, he's done a clean sweep of the Heroine Rogue group, which is really, really impressive given the caliber of racers in that group. So he's definitely been just tearing it up. But then we sort of have McBain. McBain has been around longer in the community, has been competing since Zima Zone 3, which, as we all know, is still ongoing to this day. Also, both of these folks play on the ladder and everything, and McBain, he came out of that playing of the Defense Sword group. So we have, this sort of, really interesting matchup here. I know Rhybon's sort of been one of, the new vanguards of FE, originally coming out of the Pink Puffs, and it's been pretty interesting to kind of watch.
Oh yeah, love seeing new blood come in. Just fantastic to have new racers who improve, come up with new ideas, get better at the game, teach all the old fogies, things that we may have overlooked, and it's good to see. Speaking of other things that are good to see, I spy a Rosa start here tonight. She's great. She's great.
She's great. She's got her pants on today.
And wearing the Marl outfit, maybe we're gonna see some archery. Oh well, we have an edge partner. I will be shocked if Rosa ends up being the chief DPS of this team. But wait, Pinktail start? All right,
Pinktail start.
It. No hook route. No hook route. We want a Magma Key at Bedward. Starting Adamants. Just don't make these runners' lives that easy.
No, can't be. Come on. Though it would be pretty helpful given the objectives we got. We got a pretty full suite. So we've got a complete Cave Magnus, the Sealed Cave, the Giant, the Crystal Sword Altar, do the Baron Basement Throne, the King at the Town of Summon Monsters, and we have to return the Pan. So it's a pretty interesting list there.
Yeah, lots of real, long and time-consuming ones. And honestly, between the combo of Magnus and that Crystal Sword Altar, it's going to highlight one of Rosa's big weaknesses, and that is no exit. She will not learn that innately. Gosh darn it. All right. We're going to be done in about 50 minutes tonight. You thought that giant requirement was going to be time-consuming? No, we got this.
No.
McBain doesn't even want extra loot. I know where he's going.
That's pretty fantastic.
Rhybon, meanwhile, is looting the public treasury here. Silkweb's kind of cute. Charm arrows are handy if we do get a bow for that Rosa. But no weaponry for Edge yet. Nothing popped out there that's quite handy for our ninja friend.
Well, we'll keep a close eye to see if we find anything at all interesting for Edge.
Ice Brand there in the chest on the way up, Damsian. Very handy if we do find a cane. But yeah, Rosa, she doesn't learn exit unless you do Zod. And thus you have to, as a racer, you have to start thinking, am I going to take the time to try to hunt down exit items in a random item shop? Do I purposely keep a duplicate white mage around like Porum? Do I take Tello when there may be better options? Because walking out or even warping out of Moon and Magnus takes so much time on this flag set.
Also, hi and hello to Possum and all the people coming on over. We just started, and we already have a guaranteed adamant armor.
And not quite picked it up yet. McBain does peek the top of Hobbs there. I believe that was a Porum challenging a martial arts master. She's just undergoing her training, wanting to do a little class change. Can't blame her.
I don't know. Porum with like elemental claws.
What's the wacky flag that gives everyone Yang's damage algorithm? There you go.
That
Next
actually would be pretty funny.
Everyone punching. And there we go. Adamant armor at the 3-minute, 15-second mark on McBain's side. But there's still a little question of who you give it to, right? Because we don't have the weaponry yet. I think it alone on Edge means his flame will clean up most of the overworld. But you really still want to find something to equip on these characters to really milk that for all it's worth.
Ooh, is McBain going to make an Eblin play? Okay, looks probably going for the shop.
Yeah, this is a gated shop. It can sell up to... Ooh, Charm Claw. That's the starting weapon you love to see. Weapon shop here can have full moons. It can have ninja blades. You're not going to afford them quite yet, but, might have the goods.
Oh, that early Staleman chest, though. Really nice to see.
Oh yeah, just taking the quick reset, knowing that you can loot the rest of the cave with impunity. I think that's an excellent, I would love to see someone who's really big into game theory or probability figure out the exact cutoff point where you're supposed to stop opening chests in Evelyn Cave.
Oh, as you kind of get closer and closer to the to it all, just exploding Staleman in your face.
Exactly.
There was wasn't there a game, a board game like that, where the one where you had the timer and you had to put all the puzzle pieces into?
Oh, perfection, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Pop-up thing, yeah. It always reminds. There's actually a really great number file video on if you're in line for porta potties at a music festival. That you take the best one, that the next good one you see after you've looked at the first 37% or so, but it doesn't quite correspond, but it just I assume that there's some common principle to those. Hey, there's exit. More exit.
We have a required giant. Could we see D machines?
Everyone likes to talk about how powerful the grind here is, but with the early adamant armor,
you might not even need that much of it.
Yeah, and the fact that you have the edge. If we had all mages all the time, then sure. But I think Edge will be able to dish out plenty of damage for this team without having to worry about a huge grind like that. The Dark Elf being the Ruby fight there, if we are fated to take this hook route in full, Tella's utility will come in handy there as well. The Dark Dragon form, not getting the boss bit, you can weak it, you can stop it. So we talk about fading ordeals sometimes, but I think with the hook and with the Tella and with that dingus there, we will be seeing ordeals from these runners tonight. Dancing Dagger and a Charm Claw. Life is good.
What was that? Oh, I thought I saw it looked like a ninja sword in that Hot and Barren.
Oh, Slumber Sword, which is a
Slumber
pretty
Sword,
good dart. It's a pretty good dart.
It's a dart. Okay.
Yeah. Rhybon here finding Pale Dim at Antlion Cave. Not going to be much of a problem. And yeet! Get out of here, Ogopogo. We have no time for your double wave to start off this round of battles.
How much leg is it? Quarter leg.
Dart, not quite enough here. Spell power is pretty low at this spot,
Mhm.
but you still don't want to eat a glare here, I would think. How about it? Well, of course, Edge doesn't care. Adamant armor. What? You're using elemental magic? Pshaw.
Please, it's so last year.
Hey, leg is down. Did not go into phase 2 of the fight. Very nicely done. Gonna add Palom and... Oh.
No, Machine. No, I don't want it.
Too bad.
Y'all got adamant armors! Don't do it! Don't do it, runners.
Oh, the urge though. The urge is so strong.
I mean, the seed is giving the runner... Like, you could actually just ditch the edge here
Yeah.
and go Rosa Palom Porum.
Antella.
Yeah. And in that case... We start rooting for the rudest possible Valvalis out there. For what it's worth, I think it would be pretty cool here to see if one runner does it and one doesn't, just to have those really great points of comparison. Just to see if the conventional wisdom can be outdone either by awkward boss placement or just the power of adamant armor. That was one of the things back when the talk of adding adamant armor back to a flex that was, part of the concept was,
Yes.
does this obviate a lot of the need for grinding? So we'll see what these runners do.
Also, by the way, I do want to call out Rhybon buying those mute bells. Are we going to see? Because usually mute bells mean one of two things: either a warlock grind, or we're going to do a little bit of trap chest diving in Self, but I'm going to assume probably warlock grind.
I like it because, again, I think with the adamant armor, you don't. With the adamant armor and the edge and the Rosa, I don't think you need to go straight to level 52. I think you get Rosa to cure 3, and those two just have a good time knocking over everything. But you do still want to get some better weapons for your ninja first. Rhybon does not wait to hear the speech from Pain Man at Fabul. Oh, your early game DPS is good when you're not just soaking through the dark waves.
Don't even have to do that hook route. Don't even matter.
Yeah, well, that actually really does make me happy, though, because I think having the underground access via Magma Key makes it even less likely we're going to see D-Money here, just because, you still like 2 Sirens, and then you do eggs, and you're good. You have access to... you probably have enough access to shops to find good weapons for Edge. That Magma Key, just, it warms the cockles of my heart.
But yeah, this is wow. I think this is pretty wide, whole seat open within 10 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that a record?
So hear me out. How about a mini tournament that uses the meta configuration on the site that unlocks every vehicle at the start? Boom. Full. You talk about wide open spaces. Forget 10 minutes. Just have at it. Have at it. You can go anywhere. You can do anything. What are you gonna do?
I'm the thing is I have to also think about that as a dev, because I know sometimes sharing meta configuration seeds are a little wonky compared to other seeds. But
now McBain here is kind of suggesting the possibility of D-Money. Picking up those Ether 2s for cells kind of says, I need a lot of MP on my Tella.
All the MP. Oh, hey. Is this even dance party?
Although actually Zombie Dance Party now always gives me that dungeon theme from Final Fantasy Legend 2.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because you are a man of taste.
Yeah, the Asura's base. Oh, you go in there. Love it. What a great theme.
All the music on Final Fantasy Legend 2 is amazing for a Game Boy game. Not even just for a Game Boy game. It's just good for what it is. Hi, did you know that Inven and I both run Final Fantasy 2? And we have opinions?
It's a really good game.
It's a super
Sometimes
good
you
game.
sometimes you derusted at 5 in the morning to fill in marathon run slots. You know.
Yeah, sometimes you just have the punchiest, couch commentary of all time.
I think we actually have a world record holder of that game in the chat. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Presence of royalty. Hey, that's a Golbez. We are now. I mean, we have the adamant armor on edge.
Fine.
Big deal. the one reason to kill Rosa there is just so you don't have to sit there and like the unlucky thing if you kept her alive would be for the Dark Dragon to just keep bonking its teeth off of Edge's armor. Make more time that way. So I like the play.
See, now I'm just imagining like poor like Shadow Dragon like trying to like chomp and just like running into metal and just breaking like all of its teeth.
Very Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
Very,
Oh, of course,
yeah,
of course, full Looney Tunes.
Now the real question is here: are we going to see stabbies or just more flame? Just more flame, burn the world.
I kind of want more flame, just to make this a wizard duel, but no, it looks like it's going to be the stabbies. Bye, poor.
Ouch!
To answer a question in chat, no, we are not using the Sea Hero flag for this tournament. Everyone's going to be able to go into the Mount Ordeal's changing room.
Yeah, Rosa being the hero here would kind of like, Rhybon is not knocking Rosa down because he's concerned about, her agility or anything. Well, that doesn't matter with Sea Hero anyway. But just, if you're, right there, it was, if I'm getting XP on one other character than Edge this fight, I want it on Porum. Getting that exit sooner in case we get a Twin Harp out of here or in one of our underground freebies. Like, you don't want to have to constantly be delaying Magnus, hoping for a better source of exit or waiting to go through Zot.
Oh, hey, that's required.
Freebie guarding it, though. A little sad to see these down here, but for us at least, maybe some of these nastier bosses will be up on the moon? Or in the giant?
Ooh, could be.
We're all anxiously awaiting Kinatsu at Elements every seed. Every single seed. That's what everyone wants, right?
Absolutely.
Kind of a funny thing here is because of how strong the team is already and how minimal looting we've done. Like on these seeds, you'll see a lot of, quick looting and, Evelyn Castle places trying to get your team online. The seed just gave it to everyone. So there's remarkably little like menu shuffling to be done during these boss deaths and animations. Of course, Rhybon's naming scheme tonight, all different slang terms for the booty. The what happens when you kick a butt with a butt? With like 4 butts.
I'm pretty sure there's an anime of that.
I just wanted to say buttception on a free enterprise stream.
You are yes, you are fine.
Good. Buttception. That felt great, thank you.
But now we're off. I'm assuming we're probably going to go underground at this point. Oh, not yet. We want to take a look at Ablon first.
Yeah, Rhybon probably wants to do some shopping, peek this character. When he sees this Tella here, kind of be happy. Already did ordeals, of course.
Ooh, taking the Snailman. I like it.
Yeah, with that Adamant armor, this is pretty safe. Not necessarily the fastest thing in the world, but maybe we'll just get extremely lucky and get... I don't know. What item would you like to get out of a Snailman chest?
I'd like to get a nice sword. A nice sword for Edge.
Alright. 1 Excalibur coming right.
Hey! He can still toss it! He can still throw it!
Snailman chest, if I remember correctly, is one of the lower ranked trap chests on the T-Pro setting. Just because it was frequently assumed this is one that a lot of people do anyway while you're running through the hook route, so didn't want to make it too overpowered classically.
Strength ring. Okay.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Nothing wrong with that. Now, I will note that I don't believe Rhybon did Baron in yet, so
No.
looks like to anyone coming in here just a few minutes late may think, oh, McBain's running a little behind. No, McBain has already completed an additional check here. But I'm pretty sure we'll see Rhybon, and just equalizing on that front pretty soon here. So with that Luca key, yeah, we still need quite a few pieces of gear to really move the seat forward. Not gear, pardon me, key items. Said the wrong word. Oh,
It's
this is
fine.
curious. I believe, yeah, Rhybon not even going down to see the character. I
Ooh.
kind of like this. I mean, Tella is great for utility, but at the same time, in Rhybon's shoes, I have a white mage who knows exit, and I have an adamant armor ninja. Why do I care who else is in the scene?
Exactly.
Now, of course, that could come back to bite him. Even if you have no intention of doing the D machine, Tella still enables faster kills of eggs, of gold dragons, a wide array of enemies that just having his utility black magic, weak and stone, stuff like that, can really accelerate.
We'll have to see now. One of the sort of the main changes we had between groups and brackets is we took both Cecil and Fu out of the character pool, which does mean that we now have some extra dupes. So we'll have to see if Rhybon ends up heading down towards maybe Dwarf Castle. Might find maybe a dupe Tella down there and kind of renders this whole sort of hook route character check moot. But going over to Baron Inn first.
Makes sense. I like this play. Your team is very strong here, and there's no worse feeling to me than when you loop underground, you maybe do your freebies, you may have grinded. You come back up and you do that one hanging overworld check, and a pan pops out of it.
Also, not even bothering to pick Rosa and pour him up. Just gotta solo this with Edge.
Hey, that's one of the reasons why Rhybon is, one of the hottest runners right now. Just understanding that menuing takes time. Don't do it.
Yes, chuck it. Love it.
Oh, but unlike McBain, Rhybon is headed into the second half of the fight. We'll have to deal with both Genatsu and Val.
He's got this, though. It's fine.
McBain, meanwhile, has made it underground. Now start checking shops. There was one cute little thing that I spied in that Aggart item shop when Rhybon went there.
Oh. Yes.
Starvales. We started with 2. McBain's down to 1. Sirens for sale. Yeah. Show me. You tell me you don't intend to D-money without telling me you don't intend to D-money.
No job dwarf check though. Oh.
I mean, down 1-0.
No.
No question.
I do not blame McBain in the least littlest bit here. Don't blame him at all for making up some omelets.
And here we go. Rhybon is going to go to Dwarf Castle first. We'll see if he intends to just take it down all in one go with no other grinds or checks. He's going to go shopping a little bit first.
Oh, there's some exits.
Well, you can ditch Porum now if you really want to. But at 2,000 a pop on the Escorter, maybe not the easiest things in the world to afford.
Now you can just sell that as Jura. There you go.
What, you don't want an extra 2/3 of a white mage that is dependent on finding Rydia when you already have?
Oh, that excellent use of Medusa arrows though on McBain's side.
Ooh, got the proc. Very nice.
Nice. That's why I had to call that out. I was very impressed.
And there is Quake on Palom. Sweeping of trap chests could commence, but McBain will probably not want to be moving that adamant armor around too much. Of course, taking it off does leave your stats bugged in a little way that gives you a ×4 weakness to ice and fire, which
Rubies? Man of the people?
Yeah, there's just things out there that you don't. Hey, long boy.
No! No! Betrayal! You got a sword, but at what cost?
The price of your soul.
The price of chat's love.
Yeah, the early adamant armor is really showing us just like, we talk about, there's the loot goblin community, the people who, will do these seeds looting, 40 chests or fewer. And I think that adamant armor is really leaning these two runners towards that.
Wait. Okay, so loot goblin versus like the people who only do like 40 chests or less, correct?
Yeah, like they're like
Okay.
you have the people who want to do 40 chests, and then you have the people who are like, I am opening 100 or more chests.
Yes.
I want all the loot. I want to buy all the things. And
All the
this seed is definitely, with that, starting adamant armor really changes the game. I wonder how the Adamant Cup would have played differently if that were like a forced start. Boom, you have an adamant armor. What are you gonna do with it?
Something to consider, that's for sure. Got our pass out of the freebie. Ooh.
The Kane starter kit in the bed in the bed and breakfast. Ogre axe and samurai armor. That's kind of cute.
Right, so who's down here?
Yeah, the king is required. We have Octomammoth at the king, and double check. Wait, which one? Which one am I supposed to fight? And Odin at Asura. Very lightning vulnerable.
Sorry, I like Rhybon's little walk in, walk out.
So the thing here is that adamant armor does not actually trivialize this. Even in the front row, Octo will still hit an adamant armor wearer for several hundred damage here. Of course, Blink, all Octo will do is punch, and once you chop off enough tentacles, all of a sudden you have a huge turn advantage. But you have to get to that point first.
Heron Road. But Rhybon's checking out. Okay, we're both checking out. We're gonna come back later. Later is when we're gonna do this.
Oh yeah, like this team will be able to handle both these fights. This isn't one of those things where you look at them and say, "I am never fighting that this seed." It's just, just want a little more oomph first, a little more strength,
A little more pizzazz. Gotta make up some eggs first.
To kill the octo, to cook the squid, it take a panache. Panache is the first word that came to mind while we were doing our synonyms there, and of course, panache invariably leads me to Sweeney Todd. Sorry.
No, do not apologize. We're not. We have learned that we don't apologize on this stream for making song parodies. We don't apologize for making puns either.
And there we go. Rhybon popping the egg, getting all kinds of wonderful spells on the team. Doesn't get Palom quite to Quake, but we did see Blink and Berserk on the white mages. But we're not done yet.
Get some more coffins. You could just, toss them at the egg.
I know what my next cooking project is going to be. Oh, hello.
Oh,
McBain going for it.
Wow, not even checking the lunar dais. Ooh, this is spicy. But I like it. I like it. McBain knows that he has to play really aggressively if he's going to get a win off of Rhybon. And I'm here for this.
See, I was hoping we'd just see a few more dozen eggs from both runners, so my frittata comment would be a little more relevant. But anyway, I'm going to become a big frittata guy this spring, I think. I'm going to... Yeah.
I have to admit, I have I have a pressure cooker, and I've made like the sort of like the fake egg bites, the sous vide egg bites. Those are pretty good.
Oh, cool. So McBain here, we know what he's headed for. Now, the real funny thing that we could see here would be, before setting up the grind, if we find a freebie, King, Queen, Evelyn, Water Hag, etc. here at the element spot, it'd be kind of cool if your grind was just completing the giant without actually having to do any kind of setup. Rhybon, meanwhile, got the strength. Oh, yeah, like that.
Yeah, yeah, like that. Like that thing.
No grind, no problem. Did you save a coffin, McBain? Oh, quick reset there.
Oh, because he hadn't healed up. He was just face checking.
Oh, well, the fight heals you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because Ruby is the one who instigates that, and Ruby always wants you to fight at full strength. I'm assuming that was actually like a developer kind of thing to make sure that you didn't get like completely soft locked in case you didn't have, like tents or anything.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, even in the Pixel remaster, they added an extra shop. Like, after the initial release, like there's a Hummingway selling you stuff in the Giant that when the Pixel remaster came out wasn't there, and then they're like, oh, soft locks? Okay, fine. Here, you can buy a cabin. Enjoy. It doesn't look like McBain has a cabin, but there's definitely other options here. Like that. That's a good option.
This is such a good, because now the soldiers just fight amongst themselves.
Yeah. And Flurry in the chat making a cheeky suggestion here of a Life 2 grind. You could just, if you can get it off without your team dying, you can toad the officer and all the soldiers, and then just repeatedly kill the officer, Life 2 him up, kill him, Life 2 him up, and get all your XP that way.
Did he miss the life on the soldier? Oh, it is. Oh, it's coming. Okay, good.
He's doing it. Meanwhile, Rhybon is going to lower Babel here. Has that tower key. Got a whole bunch of levels. We got Quake on the kid. Magus Sisters here will be a little punchy, but their spells will be super weak. And every time I look at Rhybon's screen, I'm like, glutes behind rump buns. Yeah, that's where they are. Now, of course, the real tricky thing here is McBain's Tella is pulling a lot of jobs here, having to be the weak source, the Life 2 source. But if you get the routine going here, it's really nice if you can set up to where Life 2 goes off right after a life potion or two goes off, and you can end up getting 2 or 3 per rotation here. But I like him just burning all the MP here. This is really good, really cute. I'm glad to see it in a race.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff that, we like to see in tournaments. We love to see these kind of really interesting and very, like you said, very aggressive kind of play.
Meanwhile, Rhybon makes very quick work of those Magus Sisters, though. Just a protect ring, no payoff there.
No payoff there. But we'll have to see what's in the...
I'm gonna go get a little data for chat if anyone, if no one's beaten me to it. So this is Officer at Elements. That Officer will give a base 46,591 XP per kill.
I'm just enjoying the spice.
Although things looking a little scary here.
Oh
So
no! Oh no!
the soldiers do get confused, so to speak, when the officer dies and will start hitting each other. But the charge command of the officer will still make them each take a swing at your face.
Right. Okay. Okay. We're safe now. We can recover from this. They're fighting amongst themselves, so we're good.
And that officer's name? Steiner.
that that seems like the kind of thing. You know, there was like a what was it? It's oh gosh, it's Final Fantasy like Dimensions had that whole thing where like there was like a bunch of characters that were named after like later characters. I've never actually had a chance to play the game. My brother played it; he liked it. But yeah, McBain's safe now.
Yeah. Cutting the losses, leaving Tella down to work the agility magic in the long run. Rhybon about to find out what the tower key rewards. Let's see this XP gain. 214,000. Not shabby.
Nice.
Got a little bonus here. Getting tier 3 spells on Palom already?
Oh, just that tower, nothing.
Lower Babel, Protector Ring and a Tiara. Ugh. That is not what Rhybon wanted to see out of there. For what it's worth, it's very likely McBain ends up going there as well, and everything will balance out. But at the same time, it's definitely a grimacing result for Rhybon.
Ooh, gotta dance and sparkle. Who could it be?
Very exciting to see the boss reveals at both these spots simultaneously. CPU having some of the highest physical and spell power in the game. And of course, Calbrainadol's spot, because you get all the combined stats of the baby dolls and the big doll and everything, can also be pretty rude.
That's no.
896. That's where you wish you had found slightly better swords for your edge. It looks like McBain intends to set up a D machine grind here now, but here's the thing. I don't think that's going to make... Like, it'll make things easier, but it's not going to make them significantly so, I don't think, for the amount of time it takes. Because Edge's levels will give some strength multipliers and such, but his weapons are still kind of lacking, you know?
No, we were going for it. We just going.
Okay, never mind.
I like it. It's been like very carefully figuring out, balance strategy. McBain though, like living up to his name there.
Just going in.
Oh,
You have
hi.
2 sources of blink.
5 vanilla Rydia.
2 sources of blink, 2 sources of heal. It's fine. Palom's a little dead weight here, but it's fine. Relatively benign Dwarf Castle for Rhybon. Of course, the D-Lunars went down in a hurry. Mylon Z takes 2 hits from the Zerker Edge. Nothing to worry about here. And how much is this Zerker Edge doing per hit? Oh, he's not Zerked yet. Never mind.
We're still in setup mode at the moment. 7. Ooh.
I think that was just a normal hit. I don't think that was Zerked.
Okay.
So. The good news is having the Adamant armor means that any ray that Val throws Edge's way isn't going to do anything. So at least some of those are missing. The scarier thing in this fight, I think, your entire team getting punched out is scary, but also the prospect of getting petrified all the way down to a bunch of statues is fairly terrifying with these MP pools that we're working with.
Alright, so we got the rat tail there out of Dwarf Castle.
Rhybon gonna chase the objective. That sealed cave is required. Now that's some better damage. Seeing that 1700 coming out from Edge, that's what we want to see. And think the setup is good
Mhm.
here. No one has any petrification ongoing.
Yeah.
We're doing 4 digits a swing. I think McBain has stabilized to the point of having this on lock. Rhybon finding a couple additional little sellables in the cave. You know, I do like peeking
Mhm.
chests like that, even when your team's already pretty strong. If it only takes you one extra step to open the box, and you get a decent dart, you
Right.
get, you know, something you can sell for wine, or if you need more sirens, it's pretty worth it.
Mhm.
Like, doing that trade-off between how many steps am I taking versus how good the loot is something that I think more people need to consider, even if they think their team's already strong enough to beat the game.
Are you trying to encourage a little, just a smidge of loot goblinness?
Yeah, maybe just like a dozen more chests per seed, just like 12, 13. You don't have to go to triple digits. You don't have to. But,
Just a
you know.
little, as a treat.
Now, is Luca just single required or double required?
Just single. Just some nice arrows.
I mean, I love Artemis arrows, but do we even have a bow for Rosa, let alone a
I
decent
think
one?
so. Oh, ugh, ew. But oh, McBain though, nicely done.
Gonna light up objective number 3 here, doing the giant before any of the other 6. You love to see it.
Here's a game. Do we take him or do we not even bother at this point?
McBain does have, if he didn't sell it, he does have that Ogre Axe from Feymarch. There's a lot of seed left to play. You could get Kane's levels going, but Val's already gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of have, you know, like the class. You have your white mage, you have your black mage, you have your attacker, and you have whatever this old man is for.
Your utility mage.
Yeah.
Nope, gone.
Give Tella a sword and he'd kind of be a red mage. Kind of.
Kinda. Yeah.
In chat went, perfect timing, Kane. Thanks. Did you not see the wind elemental we were fighting? Jump might have. Jump actually would not have been good there for this
No.
team, but you know,
No.
it's the
The thumb
lore
that
is
counts.
appropriate.
Yes.
The lore. Rhybon does pull off enough damage to avoid the explosion here. Down goes the Mom Bomb. Lights up number 2. Sealed Cave complete.
No, Niabari. He can also use the ancient sword. Is that the one we took out?
No,
There's-
the Ancient Sword is still in there. It just
It's the-
sucks
the-
real bad.
Yeah, it's the Medusa sword. The Medusa sword's the one we took out.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Also, to answer a question in chat, Space created to win. Yes, this is best out of 3. So Rhybon already up 1 game. So McBain playing to stay in. So we're excited to see what happens.
Our runners are going to high five, which is a rarity here. Very rare to high five in Sealed Cave, given that someone's usually using warp to get out, but the timing was immaculate. So I think a huge thing for McBain here, of course, would be if he somehow dodges Lower Babel completely in spite of the tower key. That's going to be a really nice time save over Rhybon. Because, again, with this team, nothing's standing in Rhybon's way. He popped those eggs. He got his physical attacker and his black mage rolling. So not a whole lot for him to worry about. And even heading back to Feymarch now, thinking that Odin and that Octomammoth are looking pretty tasty.
I mean, at least Octoman. I don't know about the other one. You know what Odin does do really, really well?
What's that?
Shish kebab.
Delicious.
Mm.
Grilling season is on the horizon.
I mean, chat. I like calamari. Just go ahead. You can fry up all the things in the sea. It's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like calamari too, but at the same time, is it even on like my top 10 list of favorite fried foods? Because, like you said, you can fry it pretty much everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as someone who has partaken in like stuff like fried Twinkies, yeah, you can fry pretty much anything.
And Rhybon is going to go for the Odin first. This one's not technically required. The 3 punches here won't be too bad. The Zantetsuken will be absolutely absurd. Spell power here is super high. But we got Lightning 3. Do we have a Thunderclaw?
I'll have to keep watch.
No, but we do have the power of Eat.
Yay, the power of Eat.
So Lightning 3 here will absolutely do quad 9s for this Odin. 23,000 HP to get through. So this puts us about halfway there with how much damage that Shuriken did. Question is, though, does the kid get it off before the sword swings?
Come on!
Edge is buffering this Q as hard as he can.
Oh, come
Rose
on!
is helping. Ooh.
Oh! Whew.
Making us sweat. How long was that sword in the air? It's like, wait for it. Wait for it.
There's more stuff to eat!
Hey, I love that. Key item, and, before you get your Edge Zerk in a fight, just boom. Who doesn't like quad 9s?
Exactly.
I think it's always fun, though, like when a runner with an edge does find the spoon, start trying to take guesses on when it'll actually be spent.
Ooh,
Yeah, if Rhybon goes giant before Moon, I think it's getting thrown at that Valvalis.
Oh, yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say. Also, now Chad has gone off talking about fried food. Have you ever had fried Coca-Cola in Ven?
I've not. Tell me more?
It isn't exactly what it sounds like. It's basically funnel cake, but with Coca-Cola flavoring syrup on top of it.
Oh, okay. Now that... I'm trying to think of the last time I had funnel cake, and I'm getting a little sad and wistful.
How do you fry butter very carefully? The actual answer is that you freeze it, is what you do.
Yeah, freeze it, get a nice thick batter on it, and by the time the batter's all puffed up, the butter's properly melty again.
Yeah, I've had fried ice cream. Have you ever had fried ice cream?
Oh, yeah. You don't get...
Ooh.
Everyone should get fried ice cream at their local Tex-Mex joint at least once. It's delicious.
I actually do not own a single air fryer. I have a pressure cooker, but not an air fryer.
Now, no, here, McBain did get that cursed ring equalized. Maybe feeling a little sad about all the time spent keeping Tella dead. But definitely doesn't have to worry about it going forward, at least. Octomammoth down to 2 tentacles. Still a decent little bit of health left, but attacking very, very, very rarely. Wave goodbye, Octa.
Bye-bye.
That'll give Rhybon a second objective, number 6 on the board. Let's see if this is actually progression in any meaningful way, though. K-Summon pool not being quite as strong as K-Main.
Wow. Wow.
No, that's great. You had your shish kebabs, you had your fried calamari, and now you have a nice refreshing blizzard.
No! Put that word back in your mouth, and never let it come out again.
Zombies deserve dessert too, Scala.
I can never have a blizzard ever again. I mean, also because I now live like up north, and like the Dairy Queens aren't open year round up here, which confuses me to no end.
What? Frozen treats are great in winter. You don't have to. You can eat them as slow as you want. They're not going to
Yeah,
melt.
exactly.
Anyway, that's like the entire underworld. Rhybon cleared. Oh, I'm only going down there one time. I don't care. So, Dwarf Castle, Sealed Cave, all of Lower Babel, and Feymarch full cleared before we even head back up to the upper ground. That's a strong party right there.
All right. Apparently, Dairy Queens are now open more commonly, like throughout the year. When I was younger and I was living up here in the Northeast, they weren't always open like year round, and it doesn't even matter because the closest one to me is like, I don't know how far away is that?
Ooh, that 9,000 damage lightning 3.
Nice.
McBain's Paladin contributing a little more to this fight than Rhybon's was, and that rat tail becomes an Earth Crystal. So at this point, what are we looking for? We need a Twin Harp, a Baron Key, and a Pan. Still 3 major key items outstanding before the seed can get wrapped.
I'm sorry, I got distracted trying to figure out how long it would take me to get to Dairy Queen. It's a half hour. That's not worth it. I live.
No. That is not.
No. I live near an ice cream shop.
I have many fond memories of Dairy Queen, but I would never drive 30 minutes for one.
No. All right, what's this Sheila? What Sheila got? Ah, vanilla pan.
That's also one of my favorite things. Like, you delay doing Sheila 1 forever, because what if I find a pan? What are the pans out there? She's like, oh, were you looking for this?
Let's just go talk to her. She's got it.
Oh, babe, she's got it. So Rhybon's like, I didn't want to go underground again. Okay, fine. One more trip underground.
I'm your Sheila. I'm your fire. It's your desire. Oh, what? Rhybon, why are we not doing the pan?
I mean, you gotta launch the wheel at some point.
Yeah,
Anyway.
this is
Probably just
true.
flying by. And a lot of people, complain about cutscene length and being like, hey, can we shorten these to speed the game up? But sometimes just taking the time to do a required cutscene is great. You can clear your mind about where you want to go next, what you want to target. Like, if I were in Rhybon's shoes, I'd be deciding, do I even want to do this Earth Crystal? I don't need characters. It's extremely slow for only one check. Am I even going to go to Zod? That's the kind of stuff that I would be thinking about while watching this this shrimpy spaceship. Shrimpy space. I cannot say. Can you say shrimpy spaceship, Skull?
Shrimpy spaceship.
Shrimpy spaceship.
Oh, but Zoe, we already have the code for that. It's called Final Fantasy II Turbo.
Shrimpy spaceship. I can't do it.
Also, let me double check. Where was Earth Crystal? Or is that? Am I going to be seeing it like in 2 seconds?
Earth Crystal's the rat tail turn-in.
That's right. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
I was busy thinking about Dairy Queen.
Who can blame you? I can't blame you for thinking about it. I would blame you if you drove half an hour for it.
I'm not driving half an hour for it.
All right, so Rhybon's launched the ship, done a little bit of shopping. Now we're going to make one final jaunt down here. Oh, McBain. Oh, no!
No, McBain!
I thought we were going to see the big fade.
No, oh, buddy.
It's fine. McBain, just as Rhybon did. Plenty of levels, plenty of strength. This team's not scared of these fights. We know there's just a Protect Ring and a Tiara up here. So, not a big deal. Bing!
It is a good kapang sound. That's like half vanilla? Vanilla chocolate swirl? Oh, to explain to Chad, for those of you who don't know, Final Fantasy II Turbo is another ROM hack made by the wonderful board face who makes Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, where it basically just it's Final Fantasy IV, but no cutscenes.
Boardface has many wonderful mods out there if you are
Yes.
interested in learning the vanilla speedrun, but do not want to have to sit through cutscenes or deal with step routes. Sheila 2, hi!
It's a hat we can't wear.
It's an objective, it's number 7, but
Yeah.
you love looping through all that to get a Leviathan someone for Iridia who's not on your team, and a hat. A helmet? A hat?
Oh yes. McBain did get the spoon from for defeating Odin.
Yeah, I think that's the one key item we saw in the K summon pool. And we've had a lot of whammies. 2 whammies from Tower. Sheila 2 was a whammy. Yeah, just like our restreamer and Yabari saying in chat, Moon has a lot of key items on it today.
Well, that's to be expected. We got that darkness crystal so early.
Yeah. Rhybon, though, not gonna abandon his final K main check. Is gonna run through this tower. I can't really see him doing any kind of character swap here. Like, maybe... I don't know. Maybe if you are... I think it'd be fascinating to see a player who is very particular about keeping track of their bosses and may decide at some point, I've gotten my value out of Palom. I'm going to switch to Yang. I just want a puncher who I don't have to equip. You know, something like that before going Moon. Because we are at 10 key items, so you're getting your double XP now.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, I don't know. With the let's see. Well, Rhybon hasn't done like the big grind like McBain did, so isn't quite as attached, but still pretty attached at like level, in the mid 30s.
Yeah.
I mean, usually at the mid 30s, that's when you kind of become attached. Oh, gauntlet, gauntlet, gauntlet! Let's go!
Well, this is where you're very happy to have your Palom.
Yes.
Although, honestly, nearly every enemy in this gauntlet is weak to, that's right, flame.
Everyone's gonna get flame broiled.
So, Edge here actually gonna live his best Black Mage life for a few minutes.
He's not, well, this is ninja magic, which is somehow distinct from black magic. They kind of do that in Live Alive. They have ninja magic as its own thing. Shoutouts to me and the other 3 people who are excited for Live Alive coming out.
I was thinking of being real silly, like, look, there are only 2 spellcasting stats in Final Fantasy IV. You got your wisdom and your willpower. I don't see agility-based magic. I know black magic when I see it.
Actually, so what would constitute agility-based magic? I guess.
I mean, have you ever seen Cirque du Soleil?
That is very true. I actually have. I got to go to see a show once.
That's Cirque du Soleil is agility-based magic.
Yes.
I'm
No,
stating it,
100%.
So if Edge were to start showing us his dance moves, there we go.
I could probably dance. I am down with this headcanon. I mean, he's a prince, so he probably had to learn, and probably it being cool flips, parkour, yeah.
Parkour. There are a few words in the English language that just instantly make me start cheesing, and parkour is one of them.
That's not even English. It's French.
Are you familiar with what the English language does? We steal, we butcher, we take them for our own. I know that's English because I did not hear the French R sound.
Oh, wow!
You didn't say parkour, you didn't say parkour.
Wow, Inven.
I never could do that. That's why I had to take Spanish, because I could not do the proper R sound. Like I can roll R's all day long, but I can't do that really cool French throaty one. I would have just flunked out like in a heartbeat. It would have been terrible.
See, no, see. Dijon has the real right of it that every language steals from each other. I say this as someone who knows a halfway decent amount of Japanese, where there's so much English borrowed in that. Wow, stuff's really heated up in the language fandom here in chat.
Oh, this is kind of cute, actually. So Rhybon has not seen Valvalis yet and took that cane, but is leaving the cane on. Well, I don't know if that cane will be standing up or not, but this is kind of a cute idea because although your edge can take care of Val solo, if we do end up with that Palamute nuke before we see her, like I don't hate doing a little jump, break the spin, get an extra nuke in there, can get a little mileage out of even a base level cane.
We will have to see where things go.
McBain here getting the vanilla pan. We'll probably be also doing a little loop-de-loop. And Rhybon, you know, another cute thing about that swap, completing Zot, Rosa knows exit. We don't need Porum, we don't need Tella. Rosa is your one-stop white mage shop.
It's sword we don't need.
So, ooh. So you're in Rhybon's shoes now. Lower Babel, nothing for you. Zot, congrats, you learned exit. And otherwise, nothing for you. Like, how nervous are you that your opponent may have just gone insta-moon from the get-go?
Oh, totally nervous.
Now, I did look at chat for just a moment and said Rhybon's screen. Okay, we see them. I was wondering if he was going straight to Giant or to the moon first, and yeah, that would be the moon. So where was Rattail again? Was that Dwarf Castle?
Yes. That one I do know.
Gotcha. So if McBain is one of those never Dwarf Castle players, that's going to be huge for him because we know that it's a lot of chain, it's a lot of cutscenes that doesn't actually progress you in completing these objectives.
Yeah. Come on, fade it, fade it, fade it.
Rhybon heading to the Lunar Palace. Has exit, has adamant armor, super strong team. Nothing. I doubt there's anything down here that really gives too much trouble. So, of course, we do know how lucrative the XP is back up at that element spot right now.
The moon monk, or just a monk?
Moon?
Try to.
No, that's a fanny right there. Shoutouts to Rhybon's naming scheme. Keeping me from getting banned from commentary for one night only.
One night only. Yeah, it looked like he did just ditch Kane for Yang.
I like it. I like it. With how many key items you still need, including Giant, Yang is going to be dishing out so much damage to Zeromus in the long run. And you have the curse string. Like, until he gets rolling, he makes a perfectly fine anchor. That Thunderclaw might have been handy earlier, though.
Just a little. But we still have not seen Kainaza, so it's fine.
And I like this. I like this from McBain. McBain committing to the play, going moon.
Moon
not
wine,
heading
moon
to
wine.
that dwarf.
Do you think what kind of wine do you think they make on the moon? You know what? No matter what, it has to pair well with cheese.
Good night, everybody.
I mean, it's made by the rabbits on the moon, so it's probably actually a type of sake.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Could be rice
Yeah.
wine.
Or what's that? What's that extremely strong Chinese rice liqueur?
Oh, I don't know at the top of my head.
I can't remember the name of it. The one of my best friends is Chinese, and when he went
Mhm.
there to visit family, he brought a couple of bottles back, and it actually looks like a jug of lighter fluid because it was in like a white bottle with a red lid. And I'm like, what are you having me try? It was good. It was good stuff. So Rhybon here is leaving the Yang on the ground. Did not pick him up for any of these grinds, just but I guess does not intend to do the swap over either, and is going full King Ryu here. We're probably going to see Palom get to nuke. I wonder if he'll go back and buy more wine after this. Oh! Okay, good, good. I prefer this. I want this Yang to be punching for a ton of damage in the end game, and I'm a big fan of cursing your white mage at Zeromus. Let's get it.
McBain, though, looking like he's just gonna head straight down. Oh, is he going to go? Wait, are we? No, we're not. We're not quite at the bridge, are we?
Nah, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, the only one that's required is the Wyvern altar. Usually, a lot of folks will do when you have a target one. You know, we say do your objectives first. Here, though, given how much we probably have to do on the moon, I don't hate it if either one were to go down and do the other altars first, just for the XP. You know, I think it works either way.
Yeah, but McBain, though, with that early giant grind, though, should be fine up here. Let's see what we got.
Oh, yeah,
What
levels look
could
fine.
it be?
Although, that's McBain's last tent.
Ooh.
Did either runner... I believe Rhybon saw cabins for sale in Mysidia and probably got a few. McBain,
So.
I'm uncertain about the camping situation here. Rhybon likewise. Oh, we're about to have dueling crystal sword altars side by side.
Oh, it's a fun time.
Well, good thing we got all these levels before we came to the moon. You know, might have been dangerous, might have been risky.
That's just a smidge.
Putting the free in free enterprise. The McBain are actually going to go for the kill instead of waiting on the speech. Not sure the team has quite enough oomph to make this worthwhile, but it is split HP between the two, and Wyvern's not the hardiest foe. We'll see how Rhybon elects to deal with Edge's parents. You thought you were fighting King Evelyn, but in fact you were fighting the inventory boss, the most difficult boss to manage in free enterprise.
It is indeed very, very difficult to deal with.
It's also kind of funny because you like to do a little bit of swapping and rearranging during the spell animations, but when your team just dodges the spell outright, and you're like, dang it, I gotta get back out of my menu, they didn't land the spell. Well, Sand Ruby not required. We are now down to just a Twin Harp and a Baron Key. That's all McBain needs. Where are they hiding?
It's the most dangerous game of hide and seek. Or is that when you play with, like, you know, like a tiger or something?
The worst version of Peekaboo ever. They do have object permanence. They were waiting for you to look away. So, looking at how things are going to stack up for the long run, I do like Rhybon's party comp a little more in the long run. Pardon me. Yeah, Rhybon's party comp I like more in the long run. McBain definitely ahead, courtesy of fading Dwarf Castle and thus avoiding the Zot trap. So McBain, pretty decent advantage here, but Rhybon can very much make up a lot of time here too.
Yeah, all Rhybon needs is just for, one good, key item check to lead him like the right way.
We were talking about, where do you throw your spoon?
Yes. This is a good
And-
place to throw it.
Yeah, if Rhybon had gone giant, maybe that. No, this is where you throw your spoon.
Did we get that float properly?
I was looking away. I didn't see which one it landed on.
The lower one.
That's fine. You get one more chance, but it needs to land on the attacker if you want to spam Quake here. Yeah, mulligan.
Nope, it ended
Nope.
up on the big orb.
Yeah, so now you have the decision, do you reset because you desperately need Palam's damage here? Or do you just plow on through with the... there's no back row glitch? Have we mentioned that there's no back row glitch?
There is no back row glitch anymore. We took that away from y'all. We're not sorry.
Yeah, and then the CPU instantly became 10 times.
Yay! There we go. There's that spoon dart.
Yeah. Well done. Well chosen. Now the other question though is, after this fight, if neither of these chests have one of your required key items, do you keep the 200,000 experience, or do you reset to get your spoon back?
Ooh, which is worth more?
Given that you still have to do the giant, I might be more inclined to keep the spoon. I don't know.
It's one of those things where it's just like, but 20,000 experience could maybe buy many 999s, but not really.
Yeah, we do see Asura at the White Lance altar, as chat's saying. Anti-mage weaponry would be fantastic here. An elven bow with those Artemis arrows, a mute knife, any of those would be great. But you're still fine. You have Wall to throw on her, you have Blink to put on your teammates, you still have an Adamant armor. But admittedly, we're not seeing those quad 9s that we all love and cherish. Oh. Wait, no. Okay.
Yeah, the orbs are at the ribbon room.
Okay, good.
Yeah. There's yours at the white spear.
Okay.
Pretty
So
sure
the,
that's correct. We're all gonna double check together in just a second.
These fights have been going on so long, I've forgotten. Oh, and
Okay.
Rosa does
Yeah.
take a tumble on McBain's side.
Aww.
Oh no, you're not getting 31,000 XP. Oh no.
Oh. Ugh. That's terrible.
Not what we were looking for. Very little XP, burn through a decent chunk of resources. And again, I'm still looking to see, does McBain have any camping supplies? Funny thing is that Life 2 grind may end up kind of having hurt him in the long run, because he did have those Ether 2s, which, intended to fuel a D-Machine grind, use them to do the officer fight. But with a high-level Rosa, Ether 2s are just as good as camping supplies,
Oh, come on, McBain. You still have a spoon. You can still dart it.
I get wanting to wait until the the
Yeah.
defender down, just so that your spoon doesn't get undone by 3 little remedies. Wall goes up, Tella's queued up the float, let's see if it bounces where we need it to. And I like bluffing here as well. Again, you're Oh,
No,
nope,
no,
nope. Hit that reset button.
no, no. We just going. We're just not even gonna care anymore.
We gonna YOLO? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Game on. All these mazers, it feels like I'm just surrounded by a pile of kittens, just
Meow. I got to cat sit this week, so that was fun. Yes, other than having to yell at the cats not to get into trouble. That's the only thing about having cats around that I'm kind of like I'm okay to be without like having to be like, no, don't get into that or this or or don't try to escape into the basement.
Imagine trying to tell a cat not to do crimes.
I know, right?
Fool's errand. Fool's errand.
They're cats. They're full of crimes. Oh, so what does Flo do when reflected? Do you want to take that for chat, Inven?
Yeah, so although the CPU and this attacker are bobbing up and down like that, they're actually just bouncing. They're not actually floating in midair. So one of the common strats, hey, good job, Rhybon. One of the common strat for dealing with them when you have black mages with Quake is you put a wall up via Starveil or Reflect. You then, sorry, that's funny.
That is funny.
You want to bounce it onto the attacker, and that way you can kill the defender, and then you can just Quake the CPU repeatedly. The attacker floats above the fray, and you get a whole lot more damage out of your black mage because Quake isn't reflectable. And the annoying big orb keeps the wall up pretty much 24/7.
But Quake don't care about walls.
So this is kind of cute, these two altars that everyone loves to come down to because they're side by side. Neither one has any progression
Nope.
here.
Nope.
And you're spending so much time on the CPU fight.
Ugh.
Like, both our runners are going to feel so much dread once they get out of these.
The deep sinking dread of dealing with the CPU. I mean, that's me whenever I load up my computer.
Oh, yeah. Like...
That's me whenever I say Windows needs to update. I'm like,
All right.
same feeling.
Let me get ready to reset all my sound settings.
Ugh, that's the worst. I thought that it happened while we were doing restream setup because my mic wasn't working. Turned out that my mic just wasn't plugged in properly.
Actually, that's a question for all the tech nerds in chat while we're sitting through these fights. Restreamers especially know the pain of Windows Update, resetting all your OBS settings and all your devices and everything. Why do they do that? Why?
Why do computers do this thing? I don't understand. Because Microsoft. Thank you, Neobari.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because computer. That's why. I mean, you have to remember, like, in the long run, computer is a box of rocks that we electrocute and make it think. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure, like, that's, like, just cruelty at this point.
If you want to play an interesting game about the nature of thought and rocks thinking, you should look up The Swapper. It's a fun game.
Ooh, okay.
And ooh, Asura with the counter punch there on that Fanny, knocking him down with tons of damage.
I can't when you do the silly name.
I'm not the one who named him. This is blame Rhybon, not me. I'm just calling the action.
I'm gonna blame Rhybon so hard after we're done with this.
But meanwhile, McBain has made it through the CPU fight. At the same time, Rhybon's finished Asura. Neck and neck on this moon. Again, McBain's up a giant, though. And they both get to experience that disappointment. Very quick reset for Rhybon. McBain's keeping the 100,000 XP, though. But starting to run... That's 36 MP on Rosa? I think we have one Ether 1 left? Yeah, looking at those curatives, feeling a little antsy. I think For what it's worth, if you can make it through the Masamune altar fight, you're great. You can exit, you can rest up in the well, you're good to go. But you have 86 MP is the fight. Ooh! And that's a fight that demands a few resources. Hey, nice claw though, Rhybon. Technically, this is free for... You have the Adamant Armor Edge. The glare only does 1 damage. If the fight goes on too long, you could probably get punched all the way down. But the...
That's a pretty long time scale.
Yeah. I mean, this place is really punchy, but, you know, I think this is fine for both our runners, thanks to Adamant Armor. If we didn't have it... Ooh, fire 2 counters here. They get you. I guess you'd actually be thankful for that Protect Ring and the other Protect Ring that we found at all the whammy spots.
Imagine actually caring about Protect Rings. No, Protect Rings are a perfectly fine piece of armor.
And woo, that leg got destroyed on Rhybon's side. Tons of XP coming to the party.
But is it worth it?
Where's the...
We don't even care about that rock.
At this point, it's so weird because, you know, you don't want to leave the moon risking that 1 item. Like, you're going to go at least do the top altar. But then the question is, do I do value cave? Because if it's the Baron key, the Twin Harp's probably just in Baron. And it's the Twin Harp, the Baron key's probably just in Magnus. But just leaving the moon here just feels so bad. Like, we thought the moon was... No, this moon's... Everything in the seed is somehow haunted simultaneously. Well done, Yabari. Well done.
And we thought this was going to be so fast. We were wrong. I mean, yeah, though, this is actually going very fast for a bracket seed.
For how much they're doing, yeah.
Yeah. but I gotta at least make the joke in that, please.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're right, though. McBain very excited to get to go to sleep again.
Yay! Oh, hi, turtle. Invin, will you please do the turtle sound?
Turtle!
Oh!
And this turtle also hidden that poor Fanny. They just will not leave that Fanny alone.
Stop it!
Word face AI, calm down.
Please!
Chat asking who's ahead right now. I think at this point, given that McBain has completed the Giant and did avoid the pitfall of Dwarf Castle into Zot, I think McBain has a pretty good advantage here. Rhybon's going to take no time at all to beat the Officer and Soldiers on the Giant. Val will take a little bit of time, and plus it's still Cutscene City all the way from here through there. Turtle destroyed. There's a Twin Harp. Now, again, on the whole metagame thing, like, at this point, given that you got absolutely bubkiss from the other stuff, and you have to worry your opponent might have done top-down, like, I mean, we're probably going to still see Cape Bahama here. I don't know which feels worse, but everything feels bad at this point. Like, whether fading or targeting, either way, you just feel... last locationing everything. It's never a good feeling.
Will there be the... Now, that's true. What's the over-under on this being the Baron key, and then... No, I don't think it's probably... This is probably going to be like package or something there.
I think someone with a spreadsheet out there could actually run the numbers and tell us the exact probability right now.
There are people who... That spreadsheet exists.
Yeah. Oh, just before... Oh, well, Scythe Marshal, if you have the data handy, before Rhybon finishes this fight, what are the odds the Baron Key is here versus it being in Cave Magnus right now? Given what else we've seen.
Also, Antlion, all comfy, cozy at home. And now here we come into his house on the day of his daughter's wedding.
I mean, that's why the moon is hollow. Antlion's been digging all these tunnels, a nice little network.
That actually makes like way too much sense for it not to be canon. Is that the? Oh my God! No, no. The actual sense is that it was the Hummingways because they're rabbits.
Oh yeah.
And rabbits dig warrens. I know as someone who had rabbits.
So, you know, Fu's like, oh, you know, the planet between Mars and Jupiter was going to explode, and we fashioned ourselves a moon spaceship. You think really they, like, the Hummingways were just chilling on their own planet, and then the Lunarians were in there like, hey, yo, we live here now, don't mind us.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty legit, actually. Ooh, McBain fading value, though. Fading, just going straight to Harp.
This is a little dangerous for McBain, because if this ends up leading him to Dwarf Castle, he gives back all that time he gained.
Oh, Eskrin has the way, but that does sound like a very Zemus move to just move into the Hummingways planet. But at least we get Harp.
Oh, well, of course.
I mean, that's the joy of Ricard. Okay, let's find out. What was the right play? Oh no! Oh no!
That is very dangerous for McBain.
Oh.
Here with our 1,000-foot view, great use of Rhybon that McBain faded it. At this point, I dare say this race will come down to if McBain goes back to the moon or goes to Dwarf Castle. That's it. That's going to be the determining factor here.
One time I didn't want there to be value in Cave behind. I mean, I'm happy with whoever wins, but come on, one more for Enterprise.
I mean, everyone wants Game 3.
Yeah,
Game 3.
Everyone wants Game 3s.
Game 3 is so exciting.
It is so exciting. All right, we'll have to see what ends up happening.
I like this quick save. We've not seen Wyvern yet, and very few things feel worse than wiping to Wyvern in Cave Magnus without saving. Anyway, you want to take a little break?
I mean, I'm curious to see how we're. Oh, just a virus cast. Oh.
Stone will work here because the adamant wearer is already magnetized. Yeah, nice. As long as you don't whiff. Callum did nice.
Yeah, it's time for DJ Spoony B's. It's DJ Spoony B's Total Request Live.
See, I thought we were gonna be like, which Xenogears song are we going to listen to tonight?
Depends on who made the request. All right, we'll be quiet. We'll just enjoy the music. right, we are all wrapped up with the harp. We're pretty sure, thank you, chat, that it was a song from Okami. Oh, ooh, that's a womp and a half.
Yeah. Well, McBain now has a choice to make.
All right, all right. What you gonna do, McBain?
Fly to the moon, and
Or go to dwarf?
or go to
Come on.
dwarf.
Moon, 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 moon.
Rhybon, of course, makes such clean work of that first fight. Does not even save. Runs headlong into the CPU location. No spoon left, but I believe has has other eatables. Oh, or just, wine. Wine will do.
What are you up to, McBain? Going to go to the shop?
Must be something here he's interested in buying. No other real reason to come here. Kind of a risky consumption of time when you're up against someone like Rhybon, though. Out of Starvale's, worried about Wyvern.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Makes sense. But Rhybon, of course, is in go mode. After done with his vow, just has to run through Baron and Magnus. McBain is flying by the Agri Crater. That's great news for him. There's only one place left to go on the moon.
Ooh, this is so spicy.
Of course, Rhybon still has Magnus cutscenes to sit through.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the possibility that McBain sees Antlion and just goes, I don't wanna.
No, you gotta.
Gotta do it.
You gotta. Do you know the phrase "swallow the frog"? It's
Go on.
it's a phrase for when you don't want to do something, and just like the thought of it just like makes you all mad and hesitant, but at the same time though you got to do it. And so the idea is that you just get it over with. You just swallow the whole thing and get it over and done with, and you'll feel better afterwards.
I'm imagining having an entire frog in my stomach, and I don't think I would necessarily feel better afterwards, Scala.
Look, I'm not the one who came up with the phrase, okay?
Okay,
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I'm gonna go look this up on Wikipedia and prove it to everybody.
I don't doubt you. I just the etymology of it seems to have a flaw or two. That's all. Antlion hitting fast and hard against McBain.
All right. So in case you're curious, you have to blame Mark Twain for all this.
Oh.
Okay.
I already do.
I mean, yeah, as you should. I mean, no, the original phrase is if it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. If it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest frog first. So it's the whole idea is that if you got to get something done that you don't want to do, just get it over and done with. You'll feel better afterwards.
It's the final weekend to do taxes in the United States.
You gotta swallow that frog and gotta eat it. Don't make me get Baka Shinobi to yell at you.
Well, and it's also a holiday weekend, so I have to call family as well. Which one's the bigger frog? Which one should I do first thing tomorrow? Should I call family or do my taxes?
Call family, then do your taxes. Oh no, McBain! Oh, that feels bad.
Yeah, having to take the quick reset here. Going to move the adamant armor over. Make sure that Palom stays alive. We don't even have Nuke yet. So the spells coming out of this Palom aren't quite as potent as they could be. Interesting swap. I mean, I don't think anything in Baron will really punish you for having done an adamant swap, so it's probably fine. And we do have those protect rings, but
Probably fine. All right, let's find out who's on the throne.
Oh, tell me that's a wyvern.
It's probably gonna be Wyvern.
You got your run buffer ready? Let's go.
Yep, that's a Wyvern. That's a Wyvern if I ever saw one. Oh, oof, oof, oof. This balances the books a bit, though. Oh, oh no! Rhybon, no! How far back are you? Oh no!
He has to do the 2 giant
Oh.
fights. Had not saved at
Oh,
all.
oh,
Wow.
that hurts my soul.
It happens to everyone at some point.
Oh.
I mean, you have all these levels. You have this adamant armor. You had nearly 6,000 HP on Yang. My producer has informed me to refer to that monk as Yang. And you think you are completely immune, and then Mega Nuke don't care.
Just Rhybon's just gonna barrel through, not even caring about like any interesting tricks. Just gonna just straight to the floor with the pedal.
McBain, meanwhile, trying to get through this antlion via pure magical power instead of eating a whole bunch of needle counters. I like seeing these 5,000 damage quakes from Palom. Little deja vu going on Rhybon's screen. We see the X-Cal yeet. Wine's coming out, gonna tear through this Valvalis in a hurry. McBain, meanwhile, does this Quake do it?
Come on, McBain. Not yet.
Fine.
Whew, okay.
All right. McBain has very fortunately avoided the suffering of the Dwarf Castle, Rat Tail, Earth Crystal chain that didn't really do a whole lot, but still doesn't have Nuke on Palom yet. And is in go mode now, has that Baron key. But Wyvern's already taken 1 set of heads tonight. Are we gonna get a second batch?
I mean, McBain made sure to get his Star Veils, so he's definitely worried about a lurking Wyvern.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing. Like, buying the Star Veils says it's on McBain's mind. Having them's also nice if you're going to do hybrid strats as Romus. You want to be balancing some nukes and some holies there. But hopefully that indicates I'm worried about Wyvern. And, but chat, of course, loves seeing Mega Nuke wipe runner. The only thing chat likes more than Mega Nuke wiping runner after runner is a Witch Burn wiping runner after runner.
Only if it's a funny Witch Burn.
Charm and Glance being my personal.
Yeah, same.
Just whenever, like, oh, and Palom has quaked the team again. And Edge has carved up the team again. Did he just get an Assassin Dagger proc on his own teammate? Ow. Now, did McBain save either here? I don't think McBain saved.
No. Oh, no.
Are you gonna use the little camping room? There is a save point in the Watery Pass.
Please use the camping room.
We're gonna be looking for a left turn after going through this door.
Come on. No! Oh, no!
Danger! Red alert! Shields up!
Kill Bill Siren, just a wee!
What's your battle speed up?
Everyone save! Save all the time!
What's your battle speed at, McBain? I want to see this battle speed menu. It was turned down a bit to make some of those moon fights easier.
Right.
And that might come in clutch here. Rhybon, you gonna turn left? You gonna turn left? Nope.
Everyone YOLOing too hard! Too hard!
I mean, Rhybon knows what's down here.
I know.
You
but
have...
that's still too much YOLO.
Fool me once, shame on me if you fool me twice. Yeah.
You can't get fooled again.
Exactly. These levels are like, and I can't fault Rhybon for rushing headlong in there. Like, you're
Yes.
level 60 across your team. You've been playing the seed for an
Oh.
hour and a half. You've seen so many bosses. It's so
extra
easy
curse
to.
string.
It's so easy to just be like, I'm unstoppable.
Oh,
And
come on.
Wyvern takes that personally.
Come on, McBain. Oh no.
All right, let's see.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. I'm sure there's
Not
nothing to worry
fun.
about.
It's not fun. I'm very worried. Okay. No! No! Ah! Ah! This. Why did you save?
I believe that is before Antlion.
Oh God! I'm going to yell at everyone to keep saving.
Yep, there's no Baron key in that inventory.
Ah! Ah! I'm going to show everyone this VOD and be like, you all have to save. You all have to save more. All of you. Everyone.
Rhybon here, not even needing to run buffer, is very much on Wyvern standard time at this point. Prepared for the Blarg. But Rhybon still has to go do Cave Magnus, which McBain does not. So this is still going to be very neck and neck here in the final leg. Team Wyvern just coming in so hot tonight. And I love, again, this is not me saying I enjoy the suffering of the runner, but it is really funny that both runners got set back at least one boss. It wasn't even having to run through barren sewers a second time. It was being completely set back a whole boss or two.
See, this is because I'm someone who, like, I save a lot. I safety save, like, all the time. So this is like a personal, like, affront to me.
That's one thing that I'll do, like, when I do hit power levels like this on one of these scenes, I'm like, wait a minute. Who have I not seen who could still wipe my team? And you have to have that checklist. You have to go, Wyvern, okay. Golbez at some spots, okay. Plague, rarely. Ogopogo, like, there's the little checklist of who's the big nasty who ruins my whole day here. And Wyvern, top of the list.
I'm gonna give everyone a talk. It doesn't matter at this point who wins or who loses. I'm gonna just get mad at everybody. Newspapers for all of you. None of you are without sin.
It's going to be real funny if, because of delay, of course, if both these runners are already finished and they're listening to us right now, they're like, oh, I ain't going in that booth. I ain't getting chewed out by Scala Kitty. I'm good. I took my licks. I am not getting scolded on top of it. McBain takes down the Antlion a second time. Going to get that Baron key again. Rhybon, meanwhile, just one Cave Magnus away from a crystal.
Just to very quickly answer your question in chat. For tournament races, we are on a 15-minute delay. This is to make it so that people can't stream snipe each other. Oh, let's get the swag, Chocobo.
I think that's a little dubious here, right? Because it's going to return you to Baron when you get back on it. I guess if you just wanted to double swag Chocobo. But I think technically here it is probably faster to just let it fly you back to, let the Troya one fly you home since you're going to take that past door. But I appreciate a double swag Chocobo. Oh, there is a good point. Thank you, Scythe Marshal, that Rhybon did fly the whale to Baron after doing the giant. So the whale longer than a normal airship, both because of the slow flight time and the fact that you have to walk to the control
panel. Walk out the door.
Yeah.
Did you know you can go out the right door?
I love going out the right door.
Oh wait, we're supposed to be quiet again because
Oh.
it's time for more Okami music.
All right, tell me more European slang in the DM.
No.
While... so I don't embarrass myself too much more.
See, I realize what it is, Inven. In this age of like the checkpointing and the autosaves, we have grown soft. Do we not remember our roots? Come on, y'all. Someone else also had to be like me as a kid and would always like double save. Like I would save once and then I would save again to be absolutely sure. Because I definitely lost some files due to not saving. I definitely learned to make stagger saves. I learned that the hard way. Thank you, Final Fantasy Tactics.
I mean, heck, I even bought an external hard drive the other week because I'm like, when did I last back up everything on my... Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
I need
It's
to do
not
that
just in your
too.
video games.
No. Thanks.
I'm glad you did that though, because my planned bid for coming back from Twin Harp was to be like, dearly beloved, on this most holy of weekends, I want to talk to you about the importance of not just your game being saved, but your soul. Yours is much better. I love it.
Thank you. Also, happy holidays to. There's a whole bunch of holidays happening this weekend.
Ramadan, Passover, Easter. Anyone who celebrates, hope you are having a joyous time.
Yes.
With those you care about.
And anyway, but after all that, it's butt time.
It's butt time.
Yes. So as y'all know, we can't move Zeromus. Zeromus gotta stay where he is on the moon in Moon Jail. He knows what he did. So, but because of that, we at least we let Zeromus change up the outfit. Zeromus, absolutely famed cosplayer. He's all set for con season.
I like that you said "but" because of
Yes.
that. Like,
Yes.
I don't know what punctuation you're using there. Is that a comma? Is that a colon? Is that a semicolon?
It's an M dash because I love my M dashes. It's like me, like a whole bunch of other people who like poetry.
But I guess there's a pretty important question we got to ask then, huh?
Yeah. Whose butt we gonna kick? Is it cute? Does it have a hat? Can it help you with your taxes this weekend if you put it off like everyone apparently has? I say this as someone who does their taxes back in like February.
Wait, Crystal is thrown. Rhybon managing to claw this back a little bit. That nasty wipe that McBain took hurt him a bit more than Rhybon did. Having to
It's
redo.
great!
Hey, it's great. That's a real big butt.
We cannot lie.
I like him.
Oh, I know you do. This one was fun to include.
Hey, I like it when there's a Z sprite that you can quick kill in Free Enterprise and can quick kill in the original game.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Polar Bear Bunny knows what's up. There we go.
Yes. Also, people getting mad that I had to flip Kraid sprite. I'm sorry.
Just play with the what's the wacky flag? Where everything's flipped, left, right.
Front is the new back.
Yes. Boom. There you go.
Forward
Gotta
is the
fix
new
it.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same difference. the one that got added because the other one that we had broke the whole game. There you go. Shout outs to cowards. The one rejected wacky flag.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Anyway, Rhybon's team here, super strong. All the levels from the objectives required this seed. And Rhybon did everything. McBain avoided that pitfall, but again, the Wyvern making McBain refight Antlion versus Rhybon having the guards and Val. Much easier situation for Rhybon to redo those two boss fights. So, made a pretty big difference here. Hybrid strats going on. We got the Zerking fighters. We have reflected nukes and holies. This Kraid is going to crumble pretty quickly. McBain right behind though. But didn't quite get the levels Rhybon did. Rhybon leaving the giant for 10 key items and all that extra XP just powering up the team to overwhelming levels.
Wait to see how this is all gonna play out. It's always
4,500 hits from Edge, 2,200 from Yang. Surprised we even saw the heal come out here.
I don't know, maybe we learned something about, being safe.
YOLO. Hey,
No!
There is a question of that though, like, does a fight like that cause you to lose time in other races in the tournament because now you're worried and you're spending extra time menuing and saving? Oh, also, GG's. Rhybon remaining undefeated, clutching this out. We'll move on to face Lord Bobbree in the round of 16. Rhybon's running hot this tournament. I'd be scared. I would be scared if I were anywhere near his quadrant of the bracket.
I'm not scared of Rhybon. I'm gonna be right here and tell you, you need to save! Save!
Rhybon is here, but... Hey, Rhybon, GG. I hope you're ready to be lectured. I'm just gonna plug my ears. I don't want to hear the crying.
Hold on. That was flawless play. I don't think I made a single mistake that entire scene.
Here's the thing. I appreciate fortitude of your statements. That still is not going to stop me from telling you to save.
If I keep on saying it, it's true, right?
No! I have empirical evidence. You should always be saving. Chat's now saying that I'm the final boss of the tournament. Dang right I am. Anyway, GG. I'm still mad at you, but GG.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So
I don't know what to say.
Well, scolding aside, what really... There were a lot of big whammies over the course of this seed. You did Lower Babel pretty early, got nothing out of there. You did the Dwarf Castle route into Zod, and the only real thing you got from that was exit for Rosa, I dare say. And then, of course, the slow fights on the moon, that CPU, Bubkiss. What was going through your mind at that point on the seed? Were you thinking you needed to change up your play or anything, or just choose some spots to fade, or were you just, I'm going to play my game? This sucks, but I'm good.
I ultimately felt that I was behind, but at the same time, if I fell into all these black holes, it was possible that McBain also fell into the same black hole. So even though I was taking a lot of slow fights, I was coming up with a whole lot of nothing and feeling pretty down about, my time, because starting with that pigtail, starting with that hook, and having an immediate admin time, I'm thinking, wow, let's go. This is going to be a really, really quick seed. And it ended up not being just due to all those black holes. But regardless, I'm just going to keep on playing the game. I mean, if there was a temptation for a moment to go dive that Twin Harp and hope the Baron Key was back there, but I'm glad that I finished up the moon. I was, as you can see, cutting corners a little bit too, trying to do anything to save, 2 seconds here, 3 seconds here. Tried to avoid going into menus. Ended up costing me a bit by the looks of it, but it worked out in the end.
and also just so Chad and Rhybon know, I am only, you know, I'm only teasing you out of affection. I want to make that actually very clear. That I am playing up my ire for the comedy.
What,
Alex,
Skull?
you
You mean
think
you're
it.
not actually like a super mean,
No.
strict scold
No.
of people in free
No,
enterprise? What?
no,
No?
no. I am actually a giant marshmallow in real life. But I do, of course, remind everyone to save. That's actually one of those things where, you know, I personally am just very big on saving constantly. So that's why I always remind other people, please save your game.
All right, we need to get
Okay.
someone to fill the role of being sincerely mean. Then, seeking volunteers. Who wants to actually be a real jerk? No, we don't want that.
No.
But yeah, great run, Rhybon.
Yes.
Like very smooth, start to finish on that seed. Rebounding without feeling like without letting it get in your head. Very, very well done. What are your final thoughts on the seed, and what are your thoughts going into the round of 16?
I'm still wondering, Valvalis at CPU. Can you nuke her?
Don't
been my
think
question.
so.
Okay, I never tried.
I'm not going to pull the chart up, but I know that she actually has remarkably low magic defense at elements, but at CPU I think it's maxed. Yeah, it's maxed.
Okay, yeah, that was bugging me the entire time after Giant. Like, could I save a few seconds there? But okay, good to know that I didn't waste any time casting there. But no, happy to get away with the win on this one. McBain is a very fearsome opponent. I think I said in my last interview in game one, he beats me on the ladder constantly. Players like him, players like Pyre, players like Fried Potato, they have my number almost all the time. So when I drew McBain for this particular round of the tournament, I was afraid, very afraid. And there were two very close games by the looks of it. I mean, the first round, the first game, he was ahead of me for most of it.
We will let you know that part of the reason why I am harping so much on the saving is that both you and McBain took wipes to that wyvern.
I promise we didn't talk beforehand and say, hey, we're going to take wipes and try to tie, because, game 4 is great.
No, don't even talk about game 4.
Monday exists for a reason.
No, all the planning we have to do. But it was an absolutely fantastic race to call. We really did enjoy it. You are a fantastic runner. I was sort of saying, you're someone who definitely I feel is one of the most wonderful representatives of sort of like the new blood of free enterprise, and as someone who's been around since the very beginning, it's really great to see that. Really great to see people like you kind of come in on the newer side and just be able to tear it up with people who are old hats, and it makes me just really happy to see. All teasing about ties and saves aside.
You're going to make me blush, but thank you. No, it's great. I love the community. I love the game.
That's wonderful to hear. Well, thank you so much, Rhybon. We'll be looking forward to seeing what happens if you and Lord Bobry next round. I'm sure it's going to be another amazing set of races, no matter what. But hopefully now you'll remember to save.
Or just, stop saving after I find Wyvern. We'll compromise. But Scala and Ben, thank you both very much for the comms. Neo for rolling the seed, and Scythe Marshall for pushing all the buttons. I hope I gave you enough to push. But yeah, y'all have a good night. And again, GG's to McBain.
GG's, Rhybon. And we are also joined by McBain. Scala has some choice words for you. Don't worry. Rhybon had to endure the same tongue lashing, but I'm gonna step out of the room.
It's just save your game. Please just save your game.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
But on the more positive side, now that Scala's corrected everyone, I really loved your play this seed. I like seeing the early giant. I like that when you saw that fight, you're like, forget D money. This is my grind right here. But the big question I have, you aside from the wyvern ruining everything, of course, you had a big advantage this seed in avoiding a big rabbit hole through Dwarf Castle. Was that your intention from the start of the seed? Just, I'm not going to go there, period, unless it's my last option? Or was there something else driving your play in that regard?
I wanted to fade. I was faded either the tower or dwarf crest at the beginning, but when I found the tower key, that's when I basically decided it's gonna be dwarf.
And it did pay off big. Dwarf Castle led to a rat tail, led to Zot, which, yeah, it's nice to have exit, but all of that just culminated in no actual value for doing objectives. So it was a great call.
And I faded last game too, so I said I'm just gonna do a repeat and see.
What was your thought at the start of the seed when you got the pink tail and the hook as your first 2 items? How did that change how you normally approach these seeds in this flag set?
Well, basically it didn't change anything. As soon as I find something that can make me get done with the overworld, I just go. So I was like, oh well, that's it. I'm just gonna go.
Cool.
So I mean, I definitely appreciated a lot of the, like Invent said, your giant plays were fantastic. I was rooting for you like the entire time.
Could have been better. Forgot to buy, but see, if I had an hourglass, it would have been so much better.
That is definitely true. Also, you did get into a little bit of a sticky situation with your camping.
Yeah.
But you know that those are the sorts of things that are going to happen. And like I said, you've done fantastic this event. You know, it's one of those things where you just happen to run into Rhybon when he's just on a tear. And, you know, those things kind of happen. As you're on your way out of the tournament, what did you think? How did you enjoy your time here in the Adamant Cup? That's always the question I ask folks.
Yeah, it was very fun. I really liked the flag set. It's really enjoyable. It's more about riding, but can still have gambles, so it's pretty fun.
And I know you're someone who, you know, you kind of like to come through during like the tournaments. Are you coming back around maybe for Zima Zone 5?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, that's what I like to hear.
Gotta try to do better.
I am
Like,
rooting for you, McBain, 100%.
Not forgetting stuff with Elf. I'm getting out of every tournament because I forget something.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I want you definitely to go back, watch this race, because here's the thing. I told this to Rhybon. You actually, both of you, wiped to Wyvern and had to kind of go through that again. And like,
And I just knew Wyvern was in my way, so I was like, I'm not saving. Right, getting out of Baron's cave, I was like, there's no need to save in Baron. I'm gonna save in the cave in case it's Wyvern, and then I just walked.
Well,
past that.
we thought you were going to save because you had bought those Star Veils, so we were assuming that you had bought them in preparation for finding Wyvern.
Yep.
It is okay. I will be gentle now that I have yelled at everyone to save, and everyone now knows my thoughts on saving, which is always be saving. But it's always wonderful to have you, McBain, come through. Are you going to be going and continuing to play on the ladder in the meanwhile?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, wonderful.
I love the ladder. I left it a little alone because, well, I wanted to focus on the bracket seed, so I didn't want to screw up my game, let's say, by playing other flags. But now I'm gonna go back.
Awesome. I hope you tear it up. I hope you do very well on your rankings there.
Thank you.
Of course.
GG's again, McBain. Well played.
Yes.
Thank you very much. This was a lot of fun.
All right.
Well, that was an extremely exciting match. Scarlett, thank you for being in the booth with me. I had a really fun time. I learned so much today.
I know. We learned a lot. We got to remind everyone to please save, like all the time, like double save, please. But we will be taking you on over. We still have another match going on. We have over on Free Enterprise 2, we have match 2 of Woo Bear versus Xenocat. We know that one's also going to be really, really fun. Also, if you are up early tomorrow morning, early relatively speaking, we're going to have a 9 a.m. match between Infinius and Rex Banner. That is a Game 3. We talked about how exciting Game 3s are. So be sure to catch that if you are able to. Otherwise, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. I want to give a big shout outs to everyone behind the scenes, to Neobari and to Scythe Marshall, of course, to Inven. Y'all are fantastic. And of course, you chat, you two are fantastic. Have yourself a good rest of your night. And remember, always be saving.
Night, everyone.